YouTube. What is up? Coach Wiz here, and we got another reaction video. We are doing making the case for LeBron James. Jordan fans, beware. I am a personal trainer for basketball players specifically, but I've also been doing personal training for 12 to 15 years, somewhere in that range. You feel me? If y'all need help, y'all need workouts, anything like that, please tap in. My email is in the description. If you're a hooper, definitely tap in because we do basketball skill development as well. I fumbled the intro, but we don't redo chokes. We ain't editing this. Huh? All right, making the case for LeBron. Hey, I'm thinking about doing a Discord. You feel me? I would like to get a nice community built up on here because I would like to stop working and do this full time. So help me. Help. I'm still training, I'm still coaching, but I would like to do this, full time. You feel me? So I need a nice little community. You feel me? I figure if we in Discord, we can all, talk about different eras, kind of get, I can get y'all perspective on things a little bit more. I'm trying to bridge the generational gap. If you know about the 50s and 60s and the 70s, you feel me? I'm not too tapped in on that era. And then I got some younger athletes. They don't know nothing about the 90s, 2000s, none of that. I feel like I'm right in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't seen the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s. I'm 90s and up. I don't even watch too much of the NBA now because it is trash. Sorry, man. I said it's trash. But yeah, man. So, if y'all interested in a Discord, you feel me? Let me know. I'll get to working on that. But let's get to this. Jordan fans, don't run. Do not run. Watch. I want to see y'all in the comments. Jordan fans, I want to see you in the comments. Now let's get to it, man.
To begin making the case for LeBron James.
No.
Michael Jordan is the
LeBron
GOAT.
James
LeBron James isn't built like that. There's no way. There's
Literally my comment section in every Jordan video I've ever done. I don't even bring up, even if I don't bring up LeBron. That's what I hear. Y'all seem a little nervous.
no way that he is the GOAT.
Get
It's not
out
even
of here.
close. What are you
Really?
talking about?
LeBron.
You're
Delete
making
this
a video
video.
about
You're out of
LeBron
your
being the
mind.
GOAT.
Get out of here.
No. And just like that, we've started the LeBron GOAT case off right. Somebody like me makes a video like this, to which a certain segment of the population reacts by getting so mad that they start to pop blood vessels. And that's
Facts.
a really interesting reaction to me. I've made videos about why players like Larry Bird and Tim Duncan are the GOATs. And sure, I get some, this video is garbage because MJ is the GOAT comments, but it's mostly been people having a lovely chat about the merits and nuances of those players' careers. I don't expect that to be the case today. But why? Why is it that LeBron, more than any other player, gets Jordan truthers so defensive?
Why is that? Jordan fans, answer that for me. I want you in the comments right now. Answer that question for me. Are y'all nervous? Are y'all worried? Is it too close? I'm asking.
You are one of those volatile Jordan defenders and you're racing to the comments right now, I know that there's nothing I can do to stop you. But for the rest of you, please, just humor me. Even if you think Jordan's the GOAT, hear what I have to say. We all still love basketball.
Yo, I love all y'all, just so y'all know. I love all my comments. I love the banner we have. I love the back and forth. I love this, man.
We can all still be friends. When LeBron James was a freshman at St. Vincent St. Mary's High School in Akron, Ohio, he posted per-game averages of 18 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. The Irish went undefeated, 27-0, won the state championship, and James was named the state tournament MVP. And just like that, the final year of anonymity for LeBron James was over. In the summer, between his freshman and sophomore years, James's play on the AAU circuit caught the eyes of every scout he encountered. Word began to spread far and wide about the man-child from Akron, Ohio. In his sophomore season, he saw an increase in every box score figure. His team started playing home games at the University of Akron's arena in order to seat the thousands of spectators. His team lost one game all year and won the state championship again. He became the first sophomore ever named to USA Today's All-USA First Team. He had officially entered the territory of Phenom. Scouts were infatuated with James for a number of reasons. He had every measurable you could want out of a 16-year-old. Tall, strong, good wingspan, off-the-charts athleticism. But he also had superb instincts, a natural enthusiasm for the game, an unselfish play style, preternatural.
See, gotta give him credit for that. Instincts, his instincts on the court. That matters. I'll take that.
Natural passing abilities and strong leadership qualities, which is why in his junior year, Sports Illustrated put LeBron on its.
Is LeBron a good leader?
Cover. Now, this cover didn't single-handedly trigger the outrageous expectations of LeBron James, but it certainly helped. The cover acknowledged James's unprecedented talent at such an early stage, while alluding to the expectations, hopes, and wonders that such an unbelievable talent would have to bear. Beginning his junior year, James and the Irish would play their home games almost exclusively at the University of Akron's arena. ESPN2 began broadcasting their matchups to the country, and Time Warner Cable started selling his game.
Bro, this man's 16, 17. Packing out universities. Like, really think about that.
Games on pay-per-view for $7.95 a pop to the Akron populace. The hype was substantiated by more incredible play from James, who improved from year to year. As a junior, he was named to a second All-USA First Team and became the first junior to ever be named the Gatorade National Player of the Year. As a senior, he won a second National Player of the Year award and was named to an unheard-of third All-USA First Team. James's junior year remains the turning point of his celebrity. It was then that he went from highly touted young prospect to inheritor of the sport of basketball. And that's the thing. We as sports fans fetishize potential. The allure of the future is endless. If a player has potential, they can be anything. It hasn't happened yet, so it's still technically possible, no matter how outrageous the expectation may be. But then if they don't succeed, we label them as failures, busts. Couldn't do it, didn't pan out. Never mind the fact that we were the ones who set the expectations to begin with. Promise is a double-edged sword, and this was promise like no other. LeBron was the first real athletic prodigy of the internet era. It was the first time that the country could whip itself up into this kind of frenzy about the next big athlete in the uber-commercialized post-Jordan NBA. These days, young prospects in every sport get enough smoke blown up their asses to host a barbecue with top 100 recruiting lists and the videos with titles calling any prospect who hits back-to-back threes the next Steph Curry.
That's a fact. They don't even let these kids breathe nowadays. They don't. Setting a lot of them up for failure, honestly.
It's too much to say that it started with LeBron, but he was undoubtedly the initial product of the hype machine we're familiar with today. He was so good at such a young age, and so many people saw him and talked about him and heard about him that the stakes were clear. LeBron James could not be a six-time NBA All-Star. He couldn't win one or two MVPs. He couldn't be the next Tracy McGrady or the next Vince Carter. He had to be the face of the league and go down in history as one of, if not the, greatest basketball players of all time. In the Sports Illustrated article, the one that called him the chosen one, a label that he embraced by having it tattooed on his back, writer Grant Wall recognized the absurdity of asking if a 17-year-old who still couldn't buy cigarettes was really the heir to the next generation.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's, I mean, I don't think. LeBron is the most hyped up high school player ever. Ever. Not even close. No debate. I don't want to hear it. Not even close. There has never been any high school basketball player more hyped than this. ever.
Generation of basketball.
Now, when you tattoo the chosen one on yourself and call yourself the king, you bring a lot of this on you too. Neither here nor there. Definitely the most hyped basketball player out of high school.
But after seeing LeBron and talking to him, Wall concedes that it was indeed the right question. Was it ever? In the 2004 NBA draft, LeBron James was the first overall selection by his hometown Cleveland Cavaliers. He was selected ahead of college standout Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, who had just led Marquette to the Final Four and was named an All-American, college basketball's Player of the Year TJ Ford, and Carmelo Anthony, who had just led Syracuse to an NCAA.
Is when they had the shoulder pad suits. Hey, Detroit, what was y'all thinking, man? Darko Milicic? Really? But we had Tayshaun. So what? So what? Figure it out.
Championship. LeBron, out of high school, went ahead of all of them with the weight of a franchise, a city, and perhaps a league on his 18-year-old shoulders. As the most anticipated basketball player since Lou Alcindor, LeBron James could not falter. What if he'd failed? What if the $100 million shoe deals and the celebrity and the fame had been too much too soon? And honestly, how wasn't it? How did LeBron not mess it all up? I don't know, but he didn't. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the incredible things that he's done since with his platform as the country's most famous athlete. He's spurred and advocated social change, especially in the realm of civil rights, from Trayvon Martin.
Now, I will say that LeBron has done so much, man. And shout out to Bill Russell, Muhammad Ali, Kareem, the players that really stood and fought for a lot. LeBron has done a lot as well. And to me, that matters too. You know what I'm saying? Like, your impact on and off the court matters.
Shooting to the Black Lives Matter movement. He has been an indispensable source of goodwill and good fortune for his community. He's been the most important focal point in the era of player empowerment in the NBA. He didn't just defy the odds by not becoming a complete nutcase.
Player empowerment, he definitely helped with that for sure.
He has leveraged his position, set an incredible example, and has been one of the best role models that any child or parent could ever ask for. He's still playing, which means that all of these accolades are subject to change and likely will. But the only assumptions I'll be making are that LeBron finished within at least the top 5 of MVP voting this year and made first team All-NBA, which means he has been named to 13 All-NBA first teams and 16 total All-NBA teams, both records demonstrating his unbelievably prolonged reign over the sport. He's won 4 MVPs in 5 years, a feat only matched by Bill Russell, and finished in the top 5 of MVP voting in all but 3 of his 17 seasons. He's been selected to...
Bro, finishing in the top 5 MVP voting, besides 3 out of your seasons in like, what do you say, 17 years? That is sick. Sick.
16 All-Star games, 6 defensive teams, and stands at or near the top of multiple all-time statistical leaderboards that demonstrate his all-around proficiency, from playoff points scored to career assists. He has achieved such a universal and unique statistical position for a number of reasons. Namely among them, LeBron James is the best basketball player of all time. When James Naismith nailed a peach basket to a...
I didn't say it. Hey, this ain't my video. I'm just reacting to it.
Wall in a gym in Massachusetts, there was no way he could have ever imagined the game as it is today. And there is no way, not in his wildest dreams, that he could have ever imagined an athlete like LeBron. The guy is 6'8", 260. Built like Karl Malone, passes like Larry Bird, jumps like Michael, and surveys the court like Magic Johnson. He's not the strongest or the fastest, but he's faster than the strongest and stronger than the fastest. He has a cocktail of cerebral perception and hand-eye coordination that has made him one of the premier passers in league history. He has a 7-foot wingspan, a lightning-quick first step, supernatural anticipation, and an IQ on both ends of the court that comes from the brain of basketball's Da Vinci. It would be enough if LeBron had just built a name and career for himself thanks to his prodigious natural talents. But he worked diligently, year in and year out, to improve himself as a basketball player. He received criticism for not using his Herculean frame to lock down opponents. And so he became a lethal defender and was twice the runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year. Opponents would exploit James's lack of post-game by assigning him smaller, quicker defenders. He spent the summer with Hakeem Olajuwon and became a back-down bully. To better space the floor and accommodate the modern style of basketball, he needed to improve his streaky jump shot. He became a master of efficiency and at his best was a 40% three-point shooter. There is no aspect.
See, the argument I always see is that LeBron isn't skilled. I see that more than anything. Oh, he's just big and strong. He's not skilled. Get out of here, man. See, people forget about this. He's played for so long that we forget, like, what this guy really looked like and what he was doing in his prime. That Miami Brown, scary.
Aspect of basketball that LeBron James is not superb at. It's a silly hypothetical, but I think it serves my point to say that a team of 5 LeBrons would beat a team of 5 of anybody else. He always had the whole package, but he never stopped adding to it. And he's been adding to it for an insanely long time. He's been probably the best basketball player in the world since 2008 or 2009. And if your life came down to one game, he's still one of the first calls you'd make at age 35 in year 17. He can do anything, does everything, and he's never had a truly significant injury. It wasn't until 2019 that he missed a substantial amount of time because of a...
Yeah, before that, LeBron was Iron Man. He was. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. He was.
Groin injury. And aside from some issues with cramps and some occasional back trouble, LeBron has never been a liability in that department. He has the 4th highest scoring average in NBA history, and with the way basketball is played today, he can defend point guards and centers alike. Add all of that to a tireless work ethic, an unselfish play style, and a penchant for big moments, and you get the queen of the chessboard. When it comes to playing basketball, he is the best at it. Hold on. I think I hear something. It's the sound of Skip Bayless's acolytes losing their shit in my comment.
I hear him too. I hear him. Talk y'all talk though. I want to see what y'all got to say about this. I want to see what y'all got to say about this.
Section. Best player ever. Big moments? No way. LeBron's terrible in the clutch. He hates taking the last shot. He doesn't have the killer instinct. He doesn't have what it takes to come through in crunch time. I don't know where this got started or how it's been able to persist, but
yeah, I've been saying this for a while too. I don't know, like, I don't know. Let's see what he says.
That sentiment is just factually untrue. There is an overwhelming amount of evidence to support LeBron's clutch ability and killer instinct. There's statistics that show that James is clutch. Evidence, analytics, stuff made by people who know how to do math and use calculators and stuff. And if you don't believe them because they're nerds and because basketball isn't just about numbers, then just look at the dude's results. He's hit clutch shots in the regular season.
For the jumper for the win. Bang! Love, LeBron, and got it. Banks it in. It's a 3. Make somebody else beat you. 3 on the way. LeBron for the tie. He got it.
And he's hit clutch shots in the playoffs.
Yeah. How do you get to this? Here's James on the draw. James for the win. It's gone. Under 3 seconds to go. Throws up the floater. And with 3 seconds left, Cleveland triggers in. James, 2 seconds, 1 second for the win.
Or any of that shit. He spent a lot of time playing in the biggest games too, in an absolutely loaded league. In the playoffs, he has faced Gilbert Arenas, Chauncey Billups, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki, Dwight Howard, Derrick Rose, Al Horford and Paul Millsap, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, DeMar DeRozan, and in an absolutely loaded Manu Ginobili, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki, Dwight Howard, Derrick Rose, Al Horford, and Paul Millsap. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, Paul George, Victor Oladipo, Damian Lillard, and so on. And the players he's faced haven't just been eye-popping. He's lined up against some of the vaunted teams and franchises in NBA lore. He played the Spurs, the most successful post-Jordan franchise in basketball, 3 times in the finals. And then he faces the Warriors in 4 straight finals. Meanwhile, LeBron's teams always seem to be overachievers. In his first 7 seasons in Cleveland, his best teammate by a mile was Mo Williams.
Mo Williams. And shout out to Mo Williams, though. Mo Williams didn't score 50 before, you know what I'm saying? But Mo Williams.
Yeah, one-time All-Star, Mo Williams. The Cavs front office can't be faulted for not trying to get LeBron help, but they certainly deserve some criticism for failing to actually get him help. Anderson Varejao, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Larry Hughes, Drew Gooden, Eric Snow, Old Shaq, Ben Wallace's corpse. None of them were really
Eric Snow.
bona fide quality contributors who, in the roles they were supposed to fill, could compete and win a championship against the Spurs or the Celtics. The Cavs' entire philosophy during his first stint in the land was, he's so damn good, we'll just bank on him putting up ungodly numbers and carrying us to a win every single night, which he usually somehow did. And when he left, look at how the Cavs floundered. From a league-high 61 wins to 19, the second worst record in.
Yeah, that says a lot right there. Longest win streak 3 games. Longest losing streak 26. Oh my god. Oh my god. How you lose 26 in a row? Oh man.
The league. Nothing exemplified the plight of LeBron more than Game 5 of the 2007 Eastern Conference Finals. With the series tied at 2 games apiece, LeBron and the Cavs were trying to pull off an upset against the former champion Detroit Pistons nucleus.
One of the best performances ever. Playoff performance ever.
On their home court. With around 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter and the Cavs down 7, LeBron got fouled on a drive, and so began one of the most impressive stretches of basketball ever played in any series by any player. To say that James, at age 22, proceeded to take Cavs' final 30 points, including 25 in a row.
25 straight, 29 out of the last 30 at 22 years old against the Detroit Pistons, a championship Detroit Pistons team, known for their defense.
He was transcendent, finishing with 48 points after 2 overs in the finals that year. They lost because a 22-year-old LeBron couldn't beat the Pop, Parker, Manu, Duncan Spurs by himself. Shame on him. So is there any surprise that he wanted to go to a real team like Miami, where he didn't have to do everything? And make no mistake, it's not like he didn't still have his Atlas moments with the Heat. Game 6 of the 2012 Eastern Conference Finals. The Heat are...
Yo, this was like one of my favorite. Paul Pierce, one of my favorite players all time. Either he deserves some respect, but this is about LeBron, so whatever. This shot right here, I remember Paul Pierce hits it, and then he runs down. He's like, "I'm cold. I'm too cold." Paul Pierce was a dog. This was a great duel. These two have some great matchups, man. Some great performances.
You're down 3-2, coming off of the decision in the 2011 finals. LeBron and the Heat were under as big of a magnifying glass as you can get. In Boston, the Celtics had the chance to send the LeBron, Wade, Bosh Heat out by the historical wayside as a catastrophic failure. But then LeBron put on this face and picked...
Y'all forgot about this?
The Celtics apart. He had 30 points in the first half. In classic LeBron fashion, he was everywhere doing everything. He sucked the oxygen out of the arena and never gave it back, coming through with an all-time performance in maybe the most important game of his career. 2013 Finals, Games 6 and 7. Leading the fourth quarter charge in Game 6, hitting a crucial three with 20 seconds left to set up Ray Allen's legendary shot.
Back out to James, another three. It's good. James.
Yeah, they forget about the three he made before Allen's. He did miss the other one, but LeBron was balling this game.
James knocks it down.
37, 12, and 4, plus the series icing jumper in Game 7.
Tim Duncan showing James pulls up, puts it in, 4-point lead. 35 for LeBron James.
That is his. But none of that matters to you because of three things. The sources of so much of that doubt and criticism. The 2010 Eastern Conference semifinals, the decision, and the 2011 finals. All three events happened within the span of about 4.
Yeah. That Dallas series, that does it for me.
100 days. It started with the second round of the 2010 playoffs, Boston versus Cleveland. Despite having the best record in the league, the Cavs lost in 6 to the Pierce, KG, Ray Allen Celtics.
I never thought this Cavs team was better than the Celtics. I never did. Like, I wasn't worried at all.
LeBron's numbers look okay, but if you remember watching at the time, or you go back now and watch, you can tell that LeBron's just not there. He's checked out. No aggression, no urgency, stretches of total...
I mean, I don't ever want to say somebody quit, but
total detachment. He was a no-show.
And I mean, if what they said was true, you know what I'm saying, like behind the scenes, then I don't blame you. You know what I'm saying? That's total disrespect. I'm not trying to hoop either if what happened really happened. Like, nah. And y'all all knew? Huh? If that was true.
No one still knows definitively why, but salacious rumors persist that
we know.
You can look up for yourself. Whatever the reason, the loss amped the noise around LeBron up to new levels. He can't do it. He doesn't have it. The basketball world prepared itself for one of the most consequential free agent decisions ever. What they got was the decision, a 1-hour nationally televised special.
Can't help you. I can't help you, man. Because I don't know why he did this. I mean, I get it. Like, all the proceeds goes to the Boys and Girls Club. That's what's up. But, man, it just made you look. It made LeBron look like so much of like a diva, though. And this is Cleveland. That's your hometown, bro. I don't know, man.
LeBron was going to announce his decision on live TV. How could this go wrong?
The answer to the question everybody wants to know. LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
The best basketball player in the world dumped his hometown team, the most tortured sports city in America, live on television to join a super team with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. He had quit on Cleveland in the playoffs and followed it up with the mother of all backstabs. The decision remains perhaps the single meanest thing an athlete has ever done to their franchise. It was mindless, shallow, insulting, and egotistical in a profound way. LeBron quickly went from one of the most popular and celebrated athletes in the country to its most hated. Cavs owner Dan Gilbert published an infamous letter tearing James apart. Fans burned his jersey in the streets.
Hey, LeBron, that was wild. Why did you do that? You stabbed everybody in the back on live TV. I was wondering why they didn't like you.
Conversations about how LeBron was wired and whether he could be the guy flooded the airwaves. But the funny thing was, I don't think anyone really faulted him for wanting out of Cleveland.
Now you feel betrayed. LeBron, come on, man. That wasn't the move, bro. It was not the move, man. And I don't even blame him for leaving, honestly. They weren't getting him no help. They wasn't. And then if what was said was true and the whole organization knew, that's a whole other, like, I'm out. I'll holler at y'all. But it's the way you did it. Like, that's crazy. That was crazy.
Cleveland. It was clear that he didn't get the help that a superstar needs in order to capitalize on their talent.
And then playing the victim does not help, bro. Like, I don't know why. I love Cleveland. Come on, man. Come on, man.
The criticism was first and foremost with the execution, doing it in a self-aggrandizing live TV special. The criticism quickly turned into nonsensical, inane cliches and whatever that means. Was the decision the dumbest thing LeBron could have done? Yes. Was it a knife in the back of the community that had supported him as he ascended from chosen one to superstar? Yes. Was most of this criticism of his mental makeup and desire to win baseless and spiteful? Also, yes. But it probably didn't feel that way for a lot of NBA fans at the time. They hated him. He had quit on and betrayed his team. So when the Heat lost the 2011 finals, the hate boners raged in full force. And the Heat didn't just lose because the Mavs.
Yo, Dirk had one of the best playoff runs ever. Ever. Toughest playoff run, one of the most impressive playoff runs ever. I don't care what you say. Go back and look at who he beat.
Were better. They lost because LeBron choked. His scoring average plummeted to 17 points a game, down from 26 during the regular season. And of those 17 points a game, only 3 came during the fourth quarter, which is especially damning considering how tight the series was.
This hurts. This hurts. You can't go from 26 to 17 with Jason Terry guarding. I'm sorry. I can score on Jason Terry. Hey, I can score on Jason Terry. Dead serious. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You ain't got no. Come on, man. Like, what? This did it for me. This was it. You're not better than Kobe. To me, like, this would never go down with Kobe. Definitely wasn't going to happen with Jordan.
James turned himself into public enemy number 1, promised a jewelry box's worth of rings, and when the world was watching, completely flopped. There are no excuses. I can't tell you actually LeBron played really well or that his team let him down.
That was actually had a really good game plan too. You know what I'm saying? They played a lot of zone and they forced him into a lot of jump shots. They walled up. They did a pretty good job. They doubled him randomly. They switched a lot. They did a really good job on LeBron.
Sucked. He let them down and they lost. It's a fact. Should it define him forever? No. Because if we take a trip into yesteryear, we can look at a young point guard on the Los Angeles Lakers in the 1984 finals by the name of Earvin Magic Johnson. The series was the first championship meeting between Larry Bird and Magic since their record-breaking collegiate showdown. The two were now the faces of a surging NBA, revitalized thanks to their mastery and rivalry. What did Magic do? He choked pretty hard. In Game 2, he dribbled out the final.
Yo, Magic dribbling out this shot clock is wild to me. Or just the Magic dribbling out the clock is crazy. But I told y'all, all the greats have their games, have their moments. They do.
11 seconds in regulation of a tied game without.
And then they win usually, and then we forget about it. You know what I'm saying? But we don't forget about LeBron's. That's my thing. We don't erase his, though. But why is that?
Out putting up a shot. The Lakers lost in overtime. In Game 4, Magic had his pass picked off with 4 seconds left in regulation of a tied game. Then in overtime, missed both free throws with 35 seconds left, with the score tied again. The Lakers lost. In Game 7, Magic turned the ball over twice in the final 90 seconds of a tightly contested game. The Lakers lost. Basketball writers were ruthless and cutting. The fact was, he didn't have what it took to come through in the big moments, despite previous evidence to the contrary. And that's not how we remember Magic Johnson. We remember him as a player who came through in big games, had big performances, and who you wanted to have the ball when the game got close. Could it be because he led the Lakers to 3 championships after his '84 meltdown? So why is it that some people's opinions on LeBron James haven't changed in the last 9 years? How were 3 championships and 7 more consecutive finals not some sort of redemption? Because of this right here, the Magic Bullet, 3-6 in finals series. Not that he's won 3 championships, or that he's made 9 finals, or that he spent almost the entire decade of the 2010s playing June basketball. It's that he's made it 9 times and lost 6 times. Would it be better if he were 3-0 or 3-3? It is not a meaningful.
That's a good question. I mean, we know he got 4 now. Would y'all look at him differently if he was 4-0 in the finals? Or would you think that he didn't get there enough? Like, how would y'all, like, would it be better if he was 4-0?
Or insightful conversation in any capacity to boil down a player's entire career, his contributions, strengths, weaknesses, and subtleties to just his record in the NBA Finals? How is it that making it to the finals and losing is worse than not making it at all? If you take the time to actually look at how he ended up in those series and what he actually did in them, I have no idea how you could misconstrue his finals performances as a hindrance to his case. We talked about 07, 11, 12, and 13. Of those 4, the first was a loss to a team with an actual roster and head coach. The second was a loss that can be pinned entirely on James. And the last 2 were victories. In 2014, the Spurs played absolutely divine basketball. You cannot play the game better. LeBron and Chris Bosh were the only players on the roster who showed up. Nobody else, either because of age or mileage, could handle the physical toll.
Well, and Wade was banged up too. I think this was the beginning of the end of Wade, really. Wade was banged up.
Of a 4th straight finals. LeBron led the Heat in every stat but blocks. He averaged 28, 7, and 4 while shooting 57, 51, 79 splits. As Mike Tyson said to Sports Illustrated, the Spurs won because they deserved to, not because of what LeBron didn't do. You're out of your mind if you think that the 2015 finals is a black mark on LeBron's legacy. The Cavs lost Kevin Love in the first round and Kyrie Irving in Game 1 of the.
Yeah, you can't. It's tough, man, because you You got to win. Like, I feel that you got to win, but I mean, he lost Kyrie and Kevin Love.
Finals against the Warriors. But LeBron was so supremely impressive that Cleveland actually had a prayer of winning the series, which garnered him Finals MVP votes despite being on the losing team.
I mean, LeBron definitely should have been Finals MVP. Just saying.
His averages were unreal. And on
36, 13, and 9. And they gave it to Iguodala because he locked him up. But those are his averages right there. Hell of a job by Iggy.
Andre Iguodala won the award specifically because he kept LeBron from doing more damage.
Crazy.
In 2017, after a super weird regular season, the Cavs flipped the switch and cruised to the finals against the new-look Warriors with Kevin Durant. LeBron became the first player to average a triple-double in the finals.
Jeez.
But the Cavs lost in 5, keeping the Warriors from sweeping their way through the entire playoffs. In 2018, without Kyrie, LeBron had a run that was eerily similar to his 2007 streak. Game winners, crazy numbers, game 7s, the whole thing. The culmination of the run happened in Game 1 of the finals, when LeBron scored an earth-shattering 51 points, giving the Cavs a chance to take a 1-0 lead in the series. And then this happened.
Rebound goes to the Cavs. J.R. Smith brings it back out. Throws it to Hill. Hill shot blocked.
For the past 13 years,
Bron played with some dummies. Bron said, I'm out of here.
in a row, every team that LeBron James has played on has been in contention to win the championship regardless of the roster around him. We're not going to play the what-if game, but he's proven that he doesn't need the league's all-time leading scorer as a teammate or the Zen master as a coach. He also doesn't need time off between finals.
Whoa.
It took...
Are you dissing Michael Jordan? They're not going to like that. They're not going to like that. Watch your mouth, man.
Him 8 straight finals before he finally wore down. Give him any coach, give him any teammates, and by the sheer brilliance of his play, your team is now a championship contender. And I'm
gonna let it finish.
I don't have to make the argument that 3 rings is more than 5 or 6 or 11, because that's not how we evaluate these players. We don't just look at ring totals. Otherwise, Robert Horry would be on Mount Rushmore. Yes, it's all about winning, but it's really not. We try to synthesize things like play style, competition, success, achievements, accolades, and the like into a more cohesive and complete picture. Just asking, did they win, when trying to argue for the greatest basketball player of all time is the wrong question, because, you know, it's a team sport. The better question to ask is which player gave their team the best chance to win? Who meant the most to their teams? And the answer to that question is LeBron James. Is there any better example of this than the 2016 finals? What other player in that situation would have been able to do what LeBron did? He didn't try to will his team to victory by just jacking up shots. He picked his spots perfectly, got his teammates involved, and
so now to me, this is what skyrocketed him in the GOAT debate for me personally. I mean, if you go back and watch the series, he controlled this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen one player control the whole game, the pace, the defense, offense, when to run, when not to run, when to get a bucket, when to get somebody else a bucket. Like, he controlled this whole thing beautifully. You got to think, this was what? They was 73-9. If they win the championship, people for sure are saying they're the best team ever. For sure. Down 3-1. And he pulled that off and got that chip for Cleveland. I mean, this was huge.
Inspired a belief that they could win despite the odds. The series is the perfect testimony to the value of LeBron James. They were facing the 73-9 Warriors, the best record in NBA history, single-digit losses in an 82-game season. Cap it off with a title, and they instantly have a claim as the best basketball team ever. And after the first 4 games of the series, they have a 3-1 lead. No team in that position had ever lost. That lead in that series has proven throughout history to be insurmountable. Game 5 in Oakland. Kyrie shoots 70% from the floor to rack up 41 points. LeBron matches him with 41 of his own, plus 16 rebounds and 7 assists. Tristan Thompson is
41, 16, and 7.
The only other Cavalier in double digits. Game 6 in Cleveland. LeBron spearheads a blowout with another 41-point performance, with 8 rebounds and 11 assists to go along with it. The momentum of the series has palpably shifted. Game 7 had legacy bursting at its seams. Something historic was going to happen, no matter how the game ended. Either the Warriors were about to cap off the most successful basketball season ever, or the Cavs were going to do the unthinkable. A 3-1 comeback, their first franchise title, Cleveland's first championship in 52 years, all made possible by LeBron James. A Cleveland win in Game 7 represented the single most significant feat that any player has ever achieved. The most
I am so sorry.
In 52 years, all made possible by LeBron James. A Cleveland win.
I'm so sorry, man. This finish by Kyrie off the wrong foot with the left hand contested, getting thrown around by Draymond is incredible.
In Game 7 represented the single most significant feat that any player has ever achieved. The most anticipated high school basketball player in a lifetime, who became the chosen one 45 minutes away from the team that would draft him, who took that team to brand new heights, who broke that city's heart in an astonishing way, came back to try to make things right, and was now 1 game away from fulfilling his promise in an unprecedented comeback against a record-breaking opponent.
To me, this is the biggest block in finals history. Who else gets this block? Who else gets this block? He jumps up ready to block it on this side or this side. Sprints his heart out. One of the biggest plays in finals history, definitely the biggest block in finals history.
He isn't Michael Jordan. Don't expect him to be. He's not Magic Johnson either. He's not Larry Bird or Bill Russell or Wilt Chamberlain. He's LeBron James, the most valuable basketball player ever. The most complete basketball player who's ever lived. The greatest basketball player of all time.
Oh, wow. Wow. I guess I should have put this in order. I'm guessing that's who he thinks LeBron is the GOAT. Let me know what y'all think, man. Jordan fans, I need to see y'all in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. The 92 Dream Team documentary is coming soon. Oh, and guess what? There were no ads. There were no ads in this video. No, shout out to y'all, man. I really appreciate y'all watching. Let me know if y'all want to do the Discord. Definitely let me know. Shout out to y'all, man. I look forward to seeing y'all comments. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be safe, be blessed. I really appreciate y'all watching, man. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Wow. LeBron, huh?